Hello everyone, welcome to episode 5 of Road to Berlin. Today I wanted to talk about how you prepare for a race when you're also preparing for another race later on. It's something that we all tend to do. A bunch of us are going to do Dash and Dine, but we're also doing Boulder Boulder. And Boulder Boulder is the start to the summer session, which revs us up for the marathons in the fall. And it's important to do races, but it's also important not to completely max yourself out. We'll talk about this a little later on in the video. In the meantime, over at Pause Chicago, here is the screenshot of my fundraising page. Not bad. You'll notice on the right-hand side, it says 3,700, and that's because when you start your fundraising, you're asked to make a $300 donation. So I made that $300 donation, which brings us all the way up to 4,000, but it shows 3,700 left to raise. And then you can see that you amazing people have raised 2,822. So amazing. So all that's left is $878. That is all that is left for me to make my goal. Obviously, it'd be amazing to go over that. That would be so cool. But I think I will do a raffle for these last couple $100 to get us to the finish line. Now back to the racing when you're racing to prepare for a racing issue. Let's talk about the Boulder Boulder coming up. That's a 10K. We also have a bunch of Dash and Dines every Tuesday night. There's 2 ways to prepare. Well, there's probably 3 ways, but let's talk about the 2 big ones. One is to not do the workout Tuesday morning, whatever is planned, and to race that 5K in the evening at your 5K pace. Really put yourself out there. That's one method. Then there's another method, which I think is interesting, where you do the workout in the morning. Evening, you run your 5K at your 10K pace, assuming you're planning that the Boulder Boulder is a bigger goal for you. I'm kind of considering that one. Run the 5K at the 10K pace to practice what 10K pace feels like. Oh, and yes, here's the third option, just jog it easy, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But those are examples. And then, I have my marathon, as you all know, coming up in September, and the advice is do a half marathon 3 to 5 weeks in advance. And I've heard different things. You can run that half marathon at half marathon pace, and the point of that is to practice all the race things you need: your nutrition, your fueling the day before, how you're going to get to a race, what your warm-up routine is, all of those things. Speaking of warm-up routines, don't forget that the Dash and Dine has warm-ups led by our own Paul Moeller, my husband, and Speedy Gonzalez, and he will lead you through warm-ups to get you in the best state possible before you can then run your race. It's really important to warm up, so join Paul on Tuesdays. Thanks so much for coming along on this little random rant about races, preparing for races. And I hope that you will all take the opportunity to join us at the Dash and Dine, and maybe we'll see you at the Boulder Boulder, and maybe we'll see you at lots of other fun summer things. So have a fantastic week, and thank you again so much for following this journey. We really appreciate you, and anything you can donate is wonderful. Thank you again so much. Let's do this.